G'day guys, Jeff here, and let's do part 3 of 3 for the perks in Crysis 2, otherwise known as modules. We're going to cover the power area now, so let's get straight into it. Side pack. So at level 1 you carry an additional mag of ammunition. Well, actually I'll go through the levels and then I'll talk about this. Carry an additional grenade or explosive at level 2, and that's actually quite good. And carry 3, carry additional attachment ammunition. And that's so-so. I guess people who use grenade launchers and Gauss guns and things like that might benefit from that. But as for carrying additional magazine of ammunition, that doesn't usually come up so often, and you do kill enough people with the ammo that you've got that you can easily pick up their gun anyway. So let's move on to the next one. The second one is a point fire enhance, and at level 1 it reduces the spread from firing from the hip. At level 2 it reduces the spread of secondary fire from the hip. And then level 3, which could get interesting, it reduces the spread of mounted weapons from the hip. They do actually, the mounted weapons that you rip off and fire, they have a huge spread area, which can be beneficial for some people, but so. Let's move on to perk 3. Aim enhance. So that decreases weapon recoil when aiming down the sights, but I believe it has to be iron sights. So someone please leave a comment or correct me if I'm wrong, but when I've used aim enhance with a normal scope, like reflex or assault or whatnot, I have not seen any improvement, but when I use the iron sight, I definitely see a less of a recoil when firing. So again, please leave a comment. Number 2 reduces the aim shake from explosions, which does happen a little bit, but not enough to put you shooting off too much. And level 3, increased mobility when aiming down sights. This is a good one because it means that when you're aiming down sights, you're actually moving a little bit quicker. However, I also want to point out that when you get shot at, even if you've got armor on, or your nanosuit, even if you're sprinting, your nanosuit will come to an immediate crawl. So even if you're increasing mobility while aiming down sights, you're not really gaining too much out of it. Next perk, Weapon Pro. Now this is great. Faster weapon reloading, faster aiming down sights, so level 2 is probably the best part of it. And level 3, faster switching between weapons. Now this game is very lag sensitive. If you're a 1 bar or a 2 bar, you are not going to win the one-on-one fights nowhere near as often as the 3 and 4 bars, especially the host. The host is generally the only one with the 4 bars, depending if it's late at night and there's a lot of people in the area playing it. But definitely aiming down sights. Yeah, the first aim down sights and start firing on target, upper chest so that their recoil takes them to the headshot. That's how you win those battles when you got a bad lag, a 1 or 2 bar connection. You need to be good with those shots. The thing is, at a longer distance, if you're going for those headshots, you are going to miss more often as well if that person's strafing left to right. So you got to balance it with upper body shots and tending towards the headshots. I also want to quickly talk about auto aim. Do not turn it off. So I was running a KD of about 1.4 to 1.46 for the first few hours of multiplayer, and then I turned auto aim off for the single player. Unbeknownst to me that it turns it off for the multiplayer as well. Anyway, I went back to the auto aim in single player is far stronger than multiplayer. I mean, it's snap to target if you're aiming in and out, and I don't like that type of game play because I feel it affects the multiplayer gaming. But going back into multiplayer, I was on like a 1 or 2 bar one night playing with some guys like Cookie Monster from Ireland, and my KD, because I haven't had a lot of time in the game, my KD absolutely nosedived to like 1.15 or something like that. And I kept on complaining. I was just saying, why can't I kill these guys? I'm putting shots into these people that are all hitting, and then they're just turning around and popping one off and killing me. And that's what it felt like the whole time. I'd shoot someone, they'd spin, they'd put a shot off, and then I would get a slow-mo kill cam shot to the head and die. And I then found, and then at distance as well, when you're shooting at someone, you'd put in an entire clip and they might not drop, so you have to reload, which gives them enough time to find where you are and start firing. So putting auto aim back on, and then I notice at distance you start getting your headshots, and at medium range you start dropping people with half a clip, and then at close range you can drop 2 to 3 people in one clip with auto aim on. So I would say for this game, with Black Ops I was a fan of turning it off and keeping it off mostly. For this game, just forget about it, leave it on. So anyway, let's move on to the next perk, Loadout Pro. At level 1, you carry an additional primary weapon in place of the secondary. Now, that doesn't mean that you start with a second primary weapon, but you can walk over someone, switch to your pistol, and pick up a second primary. That's quite good if you get a sniper out of the nest. You pick up their weapon, and then you've got the best of both worlds. Level 2 removes the weight penalty from attachments. The weight penalty is quite minor anyway, so it's not such a big deal. For attachments, I like carrying extended magazine, but you do slow down just a tad, and you can notice this when you run with your teammates and some with the same gun, if they're not using an SMG, and they're running a little bit faster and you wonder why. Also, you run faster when your armor's off, so some people have asked me that, and they didn't realize they run slow with armor off, but that's true. And then number 3, increased mobility when carrying heavy weapons, and that can come in handy with the LMGs and with when you rip off mounted guns. But I think level 2 is probably the best in this one, removing the weight penalty of attachments. But there are better perks. The next one, rapid fire. Level 1, faster rate of fire on primary. Level 2 is faster rate on secondary, and 3 is faster rate on mounted weapons. So I can see where this is beneficial on mounted weapons, but even at level 1, this is great. So they probably should have switched this around and made it mounted weapons first, then secondary, then primary. But I find rapid fire to be quite good for this this slot. Lastly, actually not lastly, we've got 2 more. We've got mobility enhanced, and level 1, it reduces the energy drain from sprinting and jumping. Now, I don't like staying still in games, so this seems to be a perk for me. And at level 1, that's great. I sprint and jump a lot and do things in stealth as well. So when you add stealth, it seems you can sprint and jump just as fast, but you obviously drain your power more, so you get less distance to do what you need to do. Level 2 increases the ledge grab speed, so how long it takes to climb up something, which is quite annoying. This reduces that. And then level 3, faster firing after sprinting, which is very important if you want to be running around. So this is a perk to work on in my eyes. Lastly, Retriever, the automatic collection of dog tags from killed enemies. For number 1. Number 2 is support bonus, require 1 less dog tags to activate, which is great. And number 3, support bonus remains active for longer, which is also great. So I actually think that some people will start using Retriever and might maybe hang back and play a little bit more stealthy. I'm not sure why they added this in there, but obviously for long lines of sight snipers. But yeah, that's it. So anyway, guys, going through the suit modules, aka perks for Crysis 2, and I'll bring up some of my Game 4, Game 5 type gameplay that followed my first play of the game. Anyway, guys, until next time, see ya.